I wasn't sure what to do about Varroa till I found this set. Now I live in Melbourne, Australia, and we've had it kind of lucky up till now. Varroa hasn't found its way here until very recently. In fact, Australia as a whole has been very lucky, while the rest of the world's been dealing with it for the last decade or so, until it arrived in Newcastle. And in the space of just over 2 years, it somehow travelled maybe 1,500 kilometres in all directions. The only answer for that is that people have been moving hives when they probably shouldn't. But it was always going to get here sooner or later. So if you're wondering how to deal with Varroa, here's how. First, you need to check your hives for Varroa. Now, in coming weeks, I will be checking my hives, and I'll record several videos about that so you can see how I've done it and what my findings were. It's not the friendliest process for the bees because a small number do die, but like anything, it's for the greater good, and if anything, bees do operate that way. So if we do nothing and they develop an infestation, the whole hive could die. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to use our Varroa test kit, and we're going to look at some of the treatments for varroamite that are available commercially. One of the things we know, and this is what I look like, by the way, if you can see the sweat on my brow, you can tell I've been working. In the man cave at the moment shooting a video, but I've been working in the yard, so I'm wearing my bee suit and dripping with sweat. It's a great way to spend the afternoon, don't get me wrong, love it. First we have a Varroa test kit, and I'm going to have a quick look at it now. Lid, cup of bees pretty much, so fill this with bees. Make sure you don't have the queen. Nurse bees are best. They're the ones most likely to have Varroa. We fill this with alcohol. We tip the bees like so in there. Do it up. Shake, shake, shake. Lift the bees out. And we play the game called Count the Mites. We can sieve them out, but we should be able to see the mites fairly clearly. Or if they're not in here, we tip the whole lot out onto a piece of, clear paper, and we play Count the Mites. A very low mite count, not a big deal. So 2 or 3 mites, not a big deal. Say we start getting 10, 15 mites, we need to be treating. Some people would even treat on 2 or 3. I would probably wait a little while, treat on more than that. Now there's 3 options, and I've got all 3 of them here. There are some natural options. For example, we've got Formic Pro here. Just zoom in on that, Formic Pro. Now that's made of formic acid. And each one of these contains 2 doses. So if I'm dosing a hive once, I can dose 4 hives with my Formic Pro. And I've got 2 kits because I've got 4 hives. So that's Formic Pro. The active ingredient in Formic Pro is formic acid, which funnily enough is the acid that's present in rhubarb leaves in small concentrations. However, rhubarb leaves don't let the formic acid go through into the hives particularly well, according to what I've read. If there was a way of getting the formic acid out and concentrating it, you've essentially got the same thing as Formic Pro. So it's kind of natural. It's not an artificial chemical. It's just been extracted and concentrated. And then we've got Beehives. That's got a thing called flumethrin in it, and that's basically a miticide. And it won't kill the honeybees, but you don't want it in your honey. That's another one that we've got there, and there's enough there to treat 5 hives potentially. And then the next one we've got here is Apivar. Now, I'm not sure what the active ingredient in Apivar is. Looks like it's another miticide, just a different one. So there you have it. We've got the Beehives, the Apivar, and the Formic Pro. Now they've got a decent shelf life too, so if I don't use them before winter, I'll certainly be using them coming into spring because Varroa has been detected in a neighbouring suburb. I live in the Dandenong Ranges, and there's a positive test result in the Mount Evelyn area. So that's maybe 5 k's as the bee flies, which is certainly within their range. Maybe 10 k's as the bee flies, so certainly within their range over a season. So here I am ready for my Varroa, And in coming weeks, I'll be showing you how to do a Varroa test on your bees. I don't want to because I don't want to harm my bees, but some of them will have to be sacrificed. So there you have it. Don't be fooling yourself. Varroa is very much in Melbourne, and if you're wondering how to treat Varroa, these are the three methods: Bevarol, Apivar, and Formic Pro. They're the three approved methods for treating Varroa here in Victoria. And of course, you will need a Varroa test kit. Now, if you're wondering how much all of this cost me, about 200 notes, 220 for the lot. It's pretty good, I thought. Considering that, then we'll sort out Varroa for most of one season with a bit of luck. And that will keep my 4 hives happy. Otherwise, if I lost a hive, I'd have to spend that again, and then I'd still have to treat for Varroa. So I'm better off to get ahead of the bug and be ready for it and treat proactively and help my bees to stay strong through the winter. But yeah, thanks for following my channel. If you do find this information useful, or if you enjoy bees and beekeeping, do subscribe. It's a channel I'm trying to grow, just sharing the learnings of 6 years of beekeeping in a friendly backyard beekeeperish way, with the odd dad joke thrown in. If you've got any questions, do pop them in the comments. I love comments. I do respond to them. I love the community that's developing on this channel. So yeah, and I need to go and find something to wipe my brow with because I'm sweating like crazy. Yeah, talk to you all again soon. Do subscribe and take care out there.